Happy Monday, everybody. It is another Monday at 11 a.m. and it's time for Deep Recruiting. We're going to dig back into time management from a bit of a different perspective this week. I want to go over one of the guys who got me personally trained in sales. The man has written a book called How to Master the Art of Selling. This is the book I read. You can tell it's a little bit old from the tie, the hairdo, everything else. This is current version of it, and I want to highly recommend this book from the sales master, Tom Hopkins. Tom Hopkins was one of the original gangsters when it comes to sales training. Him, Zig Ziglar, Dale Carnegie, a few others, they really wrote the book, pun intended, on how to sell. They took selling out of just something people were randomly doing, and some of them doing it well and others failing and not understanding why, and providing a framework everybody could follow to succeed. Now, me personally, I like source material. A lot of the current material, including mine, is really built on what Tom, Dale Carnegie, and Zig Ziglar did. I like to stand on the shoulders of giants. I'm not going to reinvent math. I'm going to learn math and take it to the next level. That's what people like Steve Hawkins did. What people like Albert Einstein did and Galileo. They built on existing technology and math to create their own theorems. That's what you need to be doing in sales. So again, I like going back to the OG, learning what the basics are, because when the basics are in place, my sales tend to explode. This is Deep Recruiting. We're going to spend the next few minutes going over Tom Hopkins on time management. I want to make sure I'm giving specific attribution to him because I really respect what this man did. Now, you can sum Tom Hopkins' theories up into a simple phrase. This is him, and I quote, "I must do the most productive thing possible at any given moment." I'm going to say it again. I must do the most productive thing possible at any given moment. What does that really mean? It means my day needs to be planned out. It means I need to know what I'm doing as I start my day, and I need to have a plan of action that I'm going to follow each and every day to make sure I'm getting the results I need. Sorry, my voice is going, so probably going to be drinking a little bit through this. If you will dedicate yourself to the declaration of what Tom Hopkins has said, you're going to be more productive. Instead of pulling your phone out and watching a cat video or reading a news article, maybe you should be making another phone call. It doesn't help to look at these words every once in a while and think, and again, I'm quoting Tom Hopkins here, that's what I'm going to start doing just as soon as I can get myself together. If you really want to achieve, you need to start learning by those dozen words right now. Doing so really only requires 4 separate steps, okay? But let's get one thing clear. Doing the most productive thing possible means just that, the most productive thing. It doesn't mean looking busy. It doesn't mean doing what you need to get by, but doing the most productive thing possible at every given moment. For example, I decided I wanted to improve my bench press. And I created a plan based on knowledge and experience that's out there to hit a specific goal in 12 weeks. I followed the plan to the letter. I did it exactly the way it was laid out, the specific amount of breaks during the workout, the specific amount of days between each workout. And I actually hit my goal 2 weeks early because I followed the process. Doing the most productive thing at any given moment, no matter how distasteful, no matter how hard or worrisome it might be. You may need to be doing an unpleasant task. You may need to be heading into a likely rejection. It means shooting for the top when you know you should, but you're afraid to do it. It means preparing when you need to prepare and doing what needs to be done when it needs to be done. That's why I say, or why Tom Hopkins actually says, it isn't easy, and why so few people follow it. It's simple, though, which means anybody can do it, including you. You just have to want to do it. You need to consciously repeat these 4 steps minute by minute until they become second nature. Number one, tell yourself, I must do the most productive thing possible at every given moment. Number two, you need to decide what the most productive thing is. Number three, this one's real tough. Do it. Number four, when you've pushed that thing as far forward as you can go, right now, go back to step one, start all over again. You don't have to be a fanatic about this. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do at any given moment is to just sit down with your favorite person, spend an hour watching the sun go down, recharging your battery. Sometimes the most productive thing possible is exercise, sleeping, taking a well-deserved vacation for that reset. And very often the most productive thing you can do this minute will be the last thing you want to do right now. The edge between winners and losers cuts sharpest at this precise point. Winners almost always do what they think is the most productive thing possible at every given moment. Losers, they almost never do. When you look at what winners and losers actually do, moment by moment, the difference between those two divisions of the human race really is that small. But the results of those small differences keep adding to each other every day, every given moment until they reach a critical size. Then they start multiplying. Look at the results by anyone you know who is doing the most productive thing possible with the most of his or her moments. Then look at the results obtained by all the people you know who'll do what's easiest rather than what's most productive every chance they get. You'll see an enormous difference. What's been accumulated and multiplied by many moments spent productively will be knowledge, skill, health, contacts, opportunities, and at least the beginnings of wealth. What's been accumulated and multiplied by many moments given to doing the easiest thing possible, perhaps some debt for pleasures, consumed and forgotten, some extra pounds around the middle, I've got some of those, and some time moved from one's future to one's past. Some missed opportunities, little or nothing of value, is ever retained. We live moment by moment, not year by year. Do the most productive thing you can think of each and every moment as you live it, and your future is going to be assured. Do that all day, every working day, and your progress will astound everyone who knows you. More importantly, you'll be astounded, delighted, and justifiably very proud of yourself. Now, this, like I said, is an excerpt out of this book right here. I've paraphrased a few things, I've embellished a few things, and I've quoted a great deal of it. It's a great book to read. I want to encourage all of you to do it because if you're in recruiting, guess what, guys and gals? You're in sales. There ain't no doubt about it. This has been Deep Recruiting. Every week, I want to bring you a new idea, a new perspective, a new way of doing things so that you can get the most out of your career. Email us at deeprecruiting@teamgtn. The email address is in the description below. Email us the issues you're dealing with. Email us the obstacles you're running into. We may read it on air. We, of course, will anonymize it to protect the innocent, but give us all a chance to learn from what's going on. Let's tackle those hard issues because a rising tide lifts all boats. The better we all get at recruiting, the better respect our industry as a whole will enjoy. Email us, deeprecruiting@teamgtn.com. Give us a like, give us a comment, give us a share. Let's grow this so that we can all get better at what it is that we love to do. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great week. Make it a positive one. Make a placement. And as always, thanks so much for tuning in. We appreciate you.